Previously
and they're only
on
$10.
Hunting with Tripler.
This 3XL. It turns out they had two of them. The good and the bad of this. I got that. Is the ridiculous amount of accessories and lenses.
What is happening, folks? Tripler here. My name is Nick. I'm a part-time online reseller, and I utilize platforms like eBay and Amazon to sell new and used goods that I'll find at places like a thrift store, a garage sale, flea market, or even an estate sale, and I'm all about making profit. So if you're new to the channel, I want you to come along on a journey where I'm teaching you things that you should be picking up at thrift stores, and there is just some ridiculous surprises along the way. There are game hauls and toy hauls that I've had over the last couple of months that if you'd like to go back and check out those videos, please do so. But more importantly, I'd like you to subscribe and be a part of this journey so we can have a conversation every single week. And feel free to comment. Sometimes I'll ask questions and sometimes I'll have things like, I don't know what I'm looking at, and maybe you might. So this is all about an education for both of us. And if you like the video, please subscribe. Now, today's episode, we are off into the land of Las Vegas. We're there for CES, and it is a conference that I tend to go to every single year. But this year, it's a little bit different. This year, I'm out there looking to find a wholesale product that I can sell on Amazon. So without further ado, let's get into today's episode. I think you're gonna like what you see. And what is happening, folks? Tripler here. This is a little different. We're going out, checking out the latest tech at CES, and of course we're gonna treasure hunt. It's not like we're just going and looking at new stuff. It's no fun looking at new stuff all the time, but one of my New Year's resolutions was to get a wholesale product that I could sell on Amazon. And what a place to look for something like that. A lot of distributors here, a lot of the manufacturers are here. So I figured I might as well go out there and see what's possible. Let's kick this episode off with something a little different. Las Vegas style.
I collect so many things. Would you like to share this journey with me? I will show you the prizes I got today. So come along with me, come on and join in the chase, yeah!
Some of these larger manufacturers, there's zero chance that I'm going to have any meaningful conversation with them about wholesale products. So you really have to spend time at some of the smaller vendors and see if there's any kind of a dialogue you can start up about some of their offerings. So just going to see what we can find. You can cross right there. Yeah.
The Refinery. This is one of my favorite stops when I am in Las Vegas. It is a high-end consignment store where millionaires and maybe even billionaires will sell off their maybe never used items to this store where they will sell them both in a retail space and on their eBay store. It's really great because there's a link for their Instagram page where there's exclusive offers and their eBay store as well. Now, if you're familiar with Las Vegas, it is kind of on the southeast corner of Vegas. I know Vegas is very expansive. You can see here that it is at the corner of Sunset Road and South Pecos. Checking out the Instagram space, this is where they will show items that have just come in from the original owner and where she indicates that this item is now for sale. And then if you take a look at the eBay store, this is incredible. 6,500 listings and 100% feedback on over 2,000 plus ratings. I mean, some of these items that she's got in her store are really high dollar items, but she's selling them at a discount rate.
So that's how you're going to train her if you want her to stop, Chloe. Okay. So anything else going on?
So cool. Found this guy for, what is it? $6. It's going for like 25 or 30. Sweet. I make this request of all of you. Go to this section of your thrift store and look for Yeti brand. They sell immediately. This thing sells for really good money, but I have to see if all the parts are in there. Otherwise, it's a $45 line item. This vintage looking Sony microphone. Let me look this guy up. This looks sweet. New in the box. So there aren't really any comps on this, but it's new in the box. It's super vintage, and it's just pristine. It's mint. It's never been taken out. Let's see what year this is. It's not mint anymore because I just dropped it. So it's 2002. I just think someone wants this, and since it's new, I don't know. I think I'm gonna get some good money for it. These two guys are part of a, I don't know what it is. It's kind of a Fisher-Price dinosaur set figurine. I've sold them before, so cheap, easy to sell. Check out this guy, chilling. $20. Now I can test it at home. I can't test it here. So it's basically buying it, and that's that. The Acoustamast module is the money maker. So I went back and looked to see if there were any cords. Nothing. Couldn't find anything. But it's a pretty high dollar item if it works. $4. There's this Hand Star. It looks like an RGB cable, but it's definitely not. It just seems like kind of a rare item, but I'm gonna take a chance on it because some of these can be worth some pretty good money. Okay, this is complete as well. $3. It's a good deal. To have all the pieces, but I'm so stoked that combined, this is $5. Again, that's $3, but seriously, it's good money for just a couple of really nice Monopoly games. It's $25-30 right here. So I gotta take this bag. It's free shipping when I check a bag, but I gotta pay $15 for the bag. That's the way it goes. Okay, you guys have to guess, was that suitcase big enough to fit everything? Yes or no? Put it in the comments. She's dancing behind me. Yes or no? Oh yeah, it all fit perfectly. Someone was in marching band. What's happening, guys? So I changed, and I'm not cold anymore. Well, I am still cold. I really didn't bring a coat for this weather. But we're gonna hit our second Savers, and then that's it. Quick little trip. But that first stop was surprisingly good. I can tell you this, that store was so picked over. And what was obvious is there were resellers that were in there as I was, making my rounds. And you can always spot a reseller. I'm a little bit slower with how I walk through a Savers or a Goodwill, unless it's one that I go to all the time, in which case I can get in and out of there pretty quick. There's my ride. So far, it's pretty bare. Nice pair of golf FootJoys. $12 for sure. These look really nice. They're called Mark Nason from Los Angeles. And they're $12. I'm gonna look them up. Well, hopefully anything I pick up can go in this bag, because these Ogio bags, whatever the heck it's called, are pretty desirable. What's it, DVD players, things of that nature. Oh, that LG Blu-ray 3D player could be worth something. The Sony one too. Snag both of those for a quick look.
I've said this on previous episodes, when you see Dyson accessories like this and there isn't any broken plastic, grab it. Look up that Olympus camera. Some of them can be worth money, but I see it's only 7.1, but still worth a look. And then this is a Pantex battery charger for $5. It's worth a scan. That is absolutely the right price for 2 Wii remotes and 2 nunchucks. Fantastic. If you come across something like this in your thrift stores, there are some brands and some types of cables that are worth some pretty decent money. Earlier you saw the pickup of the Bose, and if there are OEM Bose cables, oh man, those go for very good money. So I'm gonna just scan here and see if I find anything, but I think you all should be looking for high dollar cables at your thrift stores. PS2 remote, $5. I always need these. $5 is the most I would pay. And since I still have more PS2s to sell, I'm gonna grab this. So these are in pretty rough condition, but they're only $20. These are motorcycle boots, $20. I'm gonna look them up because these actually might go for some pretty decent money. Look at this toy section. So many great items to look up. Folks, this is one that I'm kind of on the fence on. This is, Dragon Ball Z items sell really well. This is a game for the Nintendo 3DS. They want $4 for each of these little banners. They have 1, 2, 3 of them. 4. So there's 4 of them in here. So should I spend $16 and try to flip these for, $16, $17 each? I don't know if they'll sell. I don't know, for $16 it might be worth it. I'm going for it. Okay. This is a $30, $40 item. Used. Who would have thought? This is amazing, but guess what? It's not in there. What is happening? Josh from Harry Tornado was the one that told me to look at Brooks, so $7. I'm gonna grab him and see what happens. All right, so we're gonna do the recap here. We spent a total of 3 hours while we were out, and about 30 minutes of that was travel time. In total, I spent $20 in taxi and cab fares. Well, it was actually a Lyft. And then outside of that, my only other cost of something that probably won't sell is the $14 luggage. So that is probably will be donated. So I might try, but it's just a pretty cheap bag. Here's our spend. The second Savers was $83. The first Savers was, $63? And then I don't have the receipt for the other location, but it was $125 for the shoes. That being said, let's check this out. So I've divided everything into quadrants here. Everything on this front half, so basically everything here on this front line is from the last Savers we just went to. This quadrant back here, plus the Bose, is the first Savers we had gone to. And the first stop were the shoes from the refinery, which, by the way, I'm gonna put a link in the description to this place. If you're ever in Vegas, I highly recommend checking out this store. It's not necessarily because they have thrift store prices, because they don't. It's really high-end merchandise at a much discounted rate. So if you're looking for really fine items, I would definitely go there. Even just for the experience, you should check it out. Anyway, let's start from last to first. The OGIO bag is, I spent $20 on it, and I will probably get $20 back on it. I don't think I'll get much more than that. It's possible that they go as high as 40 or 45. It's in really good condition. I don't see why I couldn't, but at the same time, it's one of those that you have to get kind of lucky on the sale. Plus, it also does have this, it does actually have some branding on it. So someone personalized this. The Dyson accessories, easy sales. They're $5 a piece. I expect to get 20 to 25 each. This is the Sony remote. 2 Wii remotes, each of those were $5 a piece. This is the FootJoy golf shoes for $12. I couldn't believe that. And this is the Brooks running shoes for $7. Again, Josh, Harry Tornado was the one that kind of gave me an idea to look up Brooks, so I'm gonna give it a shot, see how it sells. This Osmo is like a more of an analog coding tool, so it sort of teaches kids and adults how to code in a much more analog way. I did pick this up because this was selling for $15 to $20, and I figured, why not? This one is the Unknown, 0 comps, could not find anything on it. I am expecting at the low end to get $10 a piece. It's Dragon Ball Z. I think it will sell relatively well. I'm taking a gamble on it at $4 a piece, but even if I can net, $5 profit on each of those, that's $20 for just grabbing those things. By the way, this is from the second pickup, or the first Savers, but I'm gonna pass over it here. So here's the Samsonite bag. All right, over here to the first Savers pickup. I still haven't looked up the name of these toys. This is some kind of dinosaur toy. I sold them before. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but they sell relatively well, and for $3 a piece, it's not huge profit. I'll probably go $16, $17 a piece on these, and that's free shipping, and they should be first class, so that won't be an issue. This is going for about $30. It's new sealed. This is a vintage Sony dynamic microphone. I couldn't find the exact model just because I haven't opened it up yet, but I expect this to be about a $25 item for $4. Here's that cable I was showing you guys. No idea. I mean, I spent $4. It looks like a high-end cable. It could end up being worthless, but it's an education more than anything for $4. This is a no-brainer. $2. It's $25 all day long. These DVRs, and especially if it's the LightScribe. The LightScribe is the high dollar item. If you find these out in the wild, just pick them up. Do not leave them behind. This was also new in the box. These TV converters, these digital TV converters, they're very popular. I can't even explain why they're popular. They just are. These 2 Monopoly games, both of them are complete, and the electronic banking, I think, sells a little less than Monopoly Empire, but both of them combined, I think I paid like $7, maybe even less than that, $6. And I should be able to get about 60 for those. This mail station, look at how sweet this is. I'm not gonna open it up out of the box, but this is so vintage. Earthlink mail station, come on. Some collector is gonna want that, and especially since it's new, I am actually gonna put a super high price tag on that, like maybe $125, and just see what happens. But I'm probably just gonna let it sit in the store too. I mean, it's $10, I don't know. And then this Bose, this is gonna probably be the gem if it works. If it does not work, it goes into the Bose junk pile, and I do have a Bose junk pile, by the way. So you guys can look that up. Unfortunately, it does not have the cables, and it doesn't have the power cord either. So many of you are wondering, why would I grab it? It's because people need replacements. These tend to break, and for that reason alone, it's got some value if it works. And then over to both of these pairs of shoes. So this was from the Refinery. This is the Paul Rodriguez. I think this is the Zoom 3s. And they're new, but they've been sitting in their store for 9 years. 9 years, and they haven't sold them. I paid $50 for them. I don't know. They looked so cool.
If they fit me, I would totally just wear them, but they're just a size a little too small. In any case, they're size 13. I'm going to put these up on my store, and I'm probably going to put 75, 80 bucks on them and just hope for the best. It's not big profit there, especially since I paid 50. There's no tax on them, but in any case, let's see what happens. I will look this up a little bit more. I'm not going to just blindly put it up, and perhaps, maybe they are a little more desirable than I think they are, but since they are new, I'm going to put at least 80 bucks on them. And then these are so nice. These will get $100, no question. The Tour 360s, I paid 75. She wasn't willing to go any less than that, and that's okay. What I should have done is I should have said, I'll pay 40 for these, and I'll give you the 75. I ended up paying 125 for both combined, and that's gonna be fine. In the end, I think if I get 110, 115 out of these, minus the shipping and the fees, I should get maybe a $10 or $15 return on this guy. And who knows what I could get on this one. If I get $10 or $15, it's worth that. I just really, honestly, I wanted to go in there and buy something. I really like the lady who runs the store. She does an eBay store as well. Again, I'll put the link in the description, but she is just fantastic.
So that is the episode. I mean, it's so random. I was here for CES. Some of you might want an update on how that went. I did talk to 3 or 4 vendors, and it was really impossible for me to engage with some of these manufacturers and have a meaningful conversation while at the same time filming, and it wasn't possible. I had three discussions. I will give you kind of the basis for the three companies that I was looking for. One of them was a safety security company that sold a myriad of products that were around home security. 2 of them, the other 2 were both in the same tech genre of Bluetooth audio combined with your car stereo. It seemed like an interesting product based on how they're doing it. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll get a wholesale product to sell really early on, but at least I had the dialogue. At least I picked up the conversation with some folks. And if it turns out to be something that will pan out early in January, awesome. If it doesn't, well, it doesn't. And that's okay. We'll keep looking.
Fits perfectly. Look at this. Oh my God. And then with the cushion on top. I don't think that's gonna fit. We're gonna try. It fits. Everything fits. Amazing. It fits. It fits. Yeah. There go my bags.
Some of you will inevitably ask, how safe is your cargo inside of that suitcase? And the answer is, I've done this before. And yes, there is a damage rate. I can't say that I expect a high percentage of breakage. I do expect they're gonna throw the bag. I did pack it in such a way that the corners were padded with the less fragile items. And it's really a guess. But I don't have to pay for shipping. So if I'm thrifting on the road, this is really the best way to do it. It's almost the only way to do it without having to incur a lot of charges. Suppose we'll open the bag when we get home. The thing I'm the most worried about is the Bose, and I'll never know if it broke during transport or not.
Well, that is today's episode. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Probably the best item that I found out there, and I know there were a lot of small items, and it accumulates into, a nice small profit for just about a day's worth of thrifting. But in the long run, I think those FootJoy shoes might end up being probably the best score for the lowest cost of goods. So in any case, again, thank you for stopping by. Please like and subscribe. If you want to hit that bell for notifications, feel free to do so. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot.